Hey Faithful, welcome back from the bye. Hopefully this weekend was a fun weekend of football with no stress at all. I'm your 49ers team reporter, Briana Jeannel, and I'm going to recap all of the latest Niners news and preview the Niners' upcoming contest against the Tennessee Titans. Now, before we get started, I have a very special announcement. Pro Bowl voting is now open, and what makes this year's Pro Bowl extra special is that it's happening right here in the Bay Area, and your favorite players need your help sending them to the Pro Bowl. So pull out those phones, head to X, 49ers.com, and NFL.com to vote for your favorite 49ers players to make it to the 2026 Pro Bowl games. All right, now over the bye week, a 49ers player was recognized with one of the league's most prestigious honors, and that is the club winner for the NFL Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. And this year's club winner for the San Francisco 49ers for the second year in a row is linebacker Kurtis Robinson. A huge congratulations to Kurtis. This honor is so well deserved. Kurtis does such important work here in the Bay Area, and he leads with education, making sure that all kids here in the Bay get what they need to succeed. He was actually surprised with the news at a health and wellness event where he was giving kids free haircuts, and the surprise was so sweet. The kids were going crazy, absolutely cheering him on for winning the second year in a row as club winner for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. You can check that out on YouTube. But for now, listen as Kurtis explains the honor of being recognized as the NFL's Walter Payton Man of the Year Award club winner for the 49ers.
I always underestimated my impact as an individual in the community. I never thought that just one person could make that big of a change. But over the years, I've realized, at these events, all it takes is a 5-minute conversation with, one little kid to change the trajectory of their day or their week or their month. And as I've gotten older, I wish to have that impact on more individuals. And I hope that, I can inspire my teammates to have that same impact. They might not always expect their one little helping hand to really have that large of an impact, but I want them to, look at my story and see that all it takes is one little push or one little conversation to really change someone's life. Being able to reach out to people of all different socioeconomic statuses is really a focus of mine, because I know that there were a bunch of people who took chances on me and gave me the opportunity. If you are able to give one person a chance that allows them to have the potential to change their life, then that's really all that matters.
The 49ers are back in the building after their Week 14 bye for a strong finish to this 2025 regular season. Now we take you into the locker room to hear from Kendrick Bourne, Renardo Green, and a few others.
It's just knowing that I got like a season after the season, or I got a chance to have one. It just, it's like a joyful feeling to be able just to keep doing what you love, playing football. So I just been looking forward to it, taking everything day by day, and just as a team, we just been trying to get prepared for what lies ahead.
How much football did you watch yesterday, and how close are you looking at the division and the seeding and things like that?
I don't too much get into that. I let the cards fall where they may, but for the most part, yesterday watching football, it was fun to finally just kick my feet up and just watch and see what was going on around the league and see what other teams was going through and how they reacting to adversity and things like that. So it was a pretty cool experience.
How'd you enjoy your bye week? What'd you do?
I went back to the crib. I was with my people, just with them, with my daughter, and just spending like quality time with them, relaxing, easing my mind, and getting my body right for the rest of the season. So just, being able to spend time with them, quality time, no matter if I was just watching the game, going to get some of maybe even going to an amusement park or something, it just kind of just mental reset, like get you relaxed and then ready to go again.
Did you feel like you needed it?
I feel like I can play football all year long, but I know that it's never a bad thing to sometimes just take a break and let your body just rest for a little minute so it can recover fully how it's supposed to. I'm just looking at it as, taking it day by day, preparing for the game and doing what I got to do to go out there, execute my job, and go out there and win the game.
I'm just glad to be back at the Bros, though.
What was your reaction to what some of the Browns players said, and what was your side of that?
I thought it was just a lot of talk, honestly. I think they wanted some attention. That's about it.
Do you think that what you said went over a line, or is it just sort of what is said during breaks like that?
I mean, he said some things, so why he ain't saying what he said? So I don't know, bro. I do know it ain't that bad. That's what I do know. I'm gonna just keep it to myself or what I said, but I know it wasn't that bad, and he knows that. It's funny, and so I mean, if he sees me to smack me, maybe y'all find out that day.
Do you feel like opponents try to trigger you because you're so physical? Is there a lot of chirping between plays?
It's always been like that, you know. I mean, I'm a physical guy, like I said a couple weeks ago. I'm always playing hard in between the whistles, you know. And I said me between the whistles because, you know, even refs, you know, sometimes they don't like the way I play. So, you know, I go out there and play my style each and every day, and that's what I'm continuing to do.
Outside of the Cleveland game in general, what is sort of your line for what can and can't be said smack talk-wise between players?
Killing people. You shouldn't say you're gonna kill someone. You know what I'm saying? That to me, that's where you draw the line. But you're gonna get killed? I mean, come on, it's a violent sport. And I've been playing football for what, 20-some years? I done heard that walking down the street.
Is there an element to your trash talk that is strategic to try to get guys off the game?
I think it just comes back from just how I grew up, man. You know, underdog mentality. You know, the kid always comes in, you know, 5-star recruit, gets told he's gonna win, and then, you know, meets the underdog. And 5-star recruit don't know how to deal with that sometimes.
Does this game mean anything more to you just because Tennessee and where you went to school?
Nope, all games mean the same to me. I love it. I love football. That's it.
After last season, to be where you guys are, 4 games and so close to the playoffs, just how exciting is it for this final stretch?
Super exciting. I was talking with KB because he was with the Patriots. I was like, bro, just how lucky were y'all, bro? Like, you go 7 wins and get in the playoffs, like, that's lucky to me, you know. But it's just all fun and games, just knowing where we are, knowing what our feet are, knowing what we have to accomplish as a team, and you know, knowing that it's all right there in front of us to do it.
How much of your resilience, the team itself, to have so many injuries and then still continue to win throughout the season, 9-4, 6th seed here now in the NFC playoff race? How does that kind of push you guys through the rest? You kind of feel like somewhat invincible going through the rest of the season.
Everybody just picking each other up. The energy just being a whole nother level this year. And just everybody wanting to do their best, being the one to make the play. It's just that takes care of everything.
Were you watching games yesterday and kind of scoreboard watching with the Rams and Seahawks?
A little bit. But I was on vacation, man. Honestly, I flew back on a Sunday, so I couldn't even watch football until I landed. And so it was nice to get away from football, and now we're back.
How did you spend the bye week?
I went to Hawaii. Nice.
Family?
Yes, it was nice, very nice. Got away, didn't have to deal with this North Cal, weather, but it was great. It was great, and like I said, the best part is to come back to football. That's always on your mind when you're away from ball too long. Just being how active we are, can't get away from it too long, and then it just becomes it just I don't know, it hurts the soul. I say that.
Leading into the bye week, you were able to string together some strong performances. So it looked like you're getting back to form, especially after the early portion of the season when you were getting a lot. Does it feel like you are kind of like pushing each other?
Man, I don't know. I think some questions are obvious, so I just let that be. I would say they don't care if you're hurt, so why do they care if I'm healthy? So I say that.
It's really exciting. Last year, I think the last 2 or 3 games we weren't playing for any playoff hopes or anything. I think we're out of it. But this year, being 9-4, it's just a lot better coming into work every day, knowing like we can make a push for the Super Bowl and the playoffs. Like I've never been in the playoffs before, so I'm excited. But we got to make a strong surge the next 4 weeks.
How much football were you watching yesterday and just kind of scoreboard watching with the Rams and Seahawks?
I scoreboard watched, but the only real game I watched was Tennessee-Cleveland. Just get ahead a little bit and see if Miles would have got another sack or break the record or something. Sorry, but that's the only game I watched. But scoreboard-wise, I checked every game.
What did you take away from the Titans?
They play hard. They're not in they're not in a position to make a push in the playoffs, but you could tell like they wanted it to win on the win yesterday, and they're not gonna take anything for granted. They're gonna come bring it Sunday, so we gotta play hard.
Does Sweat jump out to you? Just the size of him?
Oh yeah, I played Sweat 2 years in college. Yeah, so and we played him last year in the preseason. So I've played him a lot, but he's a huge, large human being. So.
Yeah, have you ever talked to Alfred about him as well?
No, but I should actually.
He's the understudy.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. two large humans. I don't think anything's really over the line. I guess talk about someone's like family, I guess, or like personally attack them. I mean, football is football. People are gonna trash talk. People trash talk at the rec playing 5v5 basketball. It's not like it's just part of sports, part of the game. So like, I don't really have a problem with it.
Are you a big trash talker?
No, I don't talk. It's kind of chill.
Why is that?
That's not who I am. I mean, unless somebody was like, I'll go like stand up for one of my teammates, but like me personally, I don't talk.
Most NFL players are probably hurting at this time of the year. Do you feel better now than you did at the start of the season, just given what you were dealing with from the preseason?
Yeah, for sure. Just building the momentum of reps and snaps each week. I think missing the last 2-3 weeks of training camp, it sucked. But just getting back in the groove of things. Thankfully, we were supposed to win a lot of games in the first half of the season, and just. Like I said, just more snaps.
Yeah.
Just keep warming up and getting better each week.
What week or whereabouts do you feel like you turned the corner this year and you started playing like Dominick Puni?
I don't know. I don't even know if I can give you like a certain week, but I know I've gotten better as the season went on.
Yeah.
But I don't know when like the turnaround was.
I was fortunate enough to be at the game, and so it was an electric environment. Hoosier fans are the best in the country, and just super hyped for them. Signetti's done a great job there, and he's got his guys working, and see how playoff goes.
Yeah. How has this gone as far as this season in the rehab, and at what point did you feel kind of like you turned the corner?
Yeah, it's been a long journey, but just grateful throughout the whole process. Ever since I got here after the draft, kind of got on a plan with the staff here, and every step of the way it's been awesome just to achieve each goal, and then finally just get the practice window open. So plan's going well.
What do you want to get out of the practice window, the 3 weeks that you're practicing?
Just playing football again. It's been over a year pretty much since I last played and was able to practice fully, and so it's just awesome to be out there and be able to be with the guys and get on that schedule, and then be able to translate what I've been learning so much in the classroom to on the field.
Do you think that this puts you in a good spot, like, momentum-wise, for next year for the off-season program and kind of establishing yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was excited to get the practice window open this season, because any type of practice, any type of work will prepare me for next year, and that's ultimately the goal, is to help the team in whatever way possible, and being available is the best thing.
Kurtis, you played all of last season pretty much through the injury, right?
Yeah.
You just weren't sure until afterwards how serious it was?
Yeah. It wasn't until after the season when my agent and I decided to MRI my knee, because there was some weird feelings, and it just didn't feel completely right, and so we were able to get the news that it was torn fully, but I was just glad to get through the season.
Just curious to know, if being the team has sustained so many injuries, if you spoke to anybody when going through the recovery process from your injury.
Yeah, it's always great to bounce ideas and thought processes off of people, especially those at this level, and so we just having guys that have been through certain injuries as well. It's great to have them just to talk to and be able to relate things to.
Able to share who maybe some of those guys were, or no?
Yeah, a lot of guys. This team has been fantastic. Brock has been through a couple injuries as well, and so just having him in the room is the most easy and accessible. But just the whole team has great leaders and guys that are willing to share and help out.
What did you do? How do you take advantage of your time here when you're not able to practice, to learn the system and learn about what he wants from players?
Yeah, this whole time just trying to be a sponge and try to soak as much as I can. I was still able to work on the side with strength coaches and do that and get those type of reps. Everything's been mental at this point, and just trying to remember, just trying to learn as much as I can, learn about Kyle, what he wants and what the staff wants and what the whole team essentially is trying to achieve. And so it's just been great to be in that room, be able to learn from Mac and Brock and everyone who's been able to just provide information and help whenever this moment comes.
As far as practices, have you been able to be on the field, and do you sort of kind of position yourself behind the play so that you're kind of going through it mentally?
Yeah. As much as I can, I'm trying to be out there with practice. Trying to go through the mental reps, trying to just be able to, take in those reps and do as much as I can. Even though I wasn't able to be suited up with the guys, I still learned a lot, and just being out there watching and everything like that. So.
Yeah, maybe help that you could ease into that process of learning the playbook, given the circumstances.
Yeah, definitely didn't want to be going through a recovery process, but being able to, learn everything and have it be a little slowly integrated and everything like that definitely was a positive and a blessing throughout this whole recovery. So.
That's good.
Not to be rude, but like 7th round quarterbacks don't generally find huge successes starters in this league. There's an exception in Purdy, and obviously other examples like that. But what have you what can you take from Brock's example? Was it an inspiration or give you any belief in any way of his story?
Yeah, having the best example possible as the quarterback of this team in the room has been a blessing. Being able to learn from him. Really what he showed me is how detailed and how focused he is, and in that if there's an opportunity out there, he's going to make the most of it, and that's what I plan to do. Starting with my practice being open and then moving forward.
Yeah. The bye was good. I was in Portland. My wife and family was just hanging out, so I had a quick flight, but. Yeah, really good to get away. Good to get away and just reset. But excited to get back. Practice was fun today. Breaking it back in, so it's been fun.
What's your strategy on trash talk, and do you partake in it a bit?
It just depends. If somebody talks to me, I'll respond, but I'm not much of a talker though. It's a hit or miss. But if somebody's yapping too much, I might say something, but I'm not too much of a talker.
In your opinion, what's crossing the line that one player says to another?
Crossing the line, I think family. You could say anything to me though. Me personally, I think everybody looks at it differently. So I really don't care. I don't really get affected by anything. But because it doesn't mean anything. If you're not touching my family or anything, it doesn't affect anything, then it doesn't really get through to me. So I think it's personal, how you take it.
Being affected, you guys were over the break not playing, but you still moved up in the playoff race. How does it feel kind of being this late in the season and being right there in the hunt?
Yeah, no, the league right now is crazy in itself. Everybody has a lot of wins, so you just never know what can happen, but it feels good to move up, but as a team, we can't get caught up in that. We just gotta do what we can control. You hate to put your fate in somebody else's hands, so a lot of teams might have to deal with that, so we try to not be that team that you're rooting for. But if a team can help us, I'm rooting for them to win, but you don't want that to be your fate. So just working as we work, but if you're in a position like we are where it just helps you regardless, then that's dope. So we put ourselves there.
When you think about the fact that Tennessee is, where they are in the season, how do you kind of refocus after a week of rest, and then also a team that may not be as competitive so far this season, but anyone can win on any given Sunday. So how do you guys kind of refocus for that type of game?
Yeah, today, practice today, getting back going, getting our bodies back going was really good. So just using the days, practicing and then going into this game. Like you said, not taking no teams lightly. We look at every team as, qualified to win. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we go about it, and it's going to be fun. They got a good first-round quarterback. Cam Moore and what he does, and the defense is solid. So just got to come in, not take them lightly, and do what we're supposed to do.
Hey, faithful, welcome back to the Saloon presented by Cisco. I'm your 49ers team reporter, Briana Jeannel, and sitting with me today is Tennessee Titans Director of Broadcasting, Amie Wells. Amie, excited to chat about this upcoming contest. How are you?
Thanks for having me, Briana. It's so good to be talking with you. We're excited to come out to maybe sunny California? Question mark?
Maybe sunny. We get a little bit of a chill in the West Coast at this time of year, but it should definitely be a fun game for that afternoon kickoff. The Titans got the win against the Browns last Sunday. That was the 49ers' last opponent before the bye. Tell me about some of your takeaways from that 31-29 win in Cleveland.
It was a really exciting game for the Titans because it was a game where we saw productivity from all three phases of the game. So that had been something that had been a big point of emphasis, of course, all year long, but specifically going into this week was let's make sure that we are really hitting the run game hard. We are establishing that as our main source of just moving up and down the field. And that was something that the Titans were able to do. And Tony Pollard had the best run game of this season and one of his best games of his career. So that was really exciting to see happen because, there's so many different things that have to be working in the right direction to get that run game going and being as successful as it is. So offensively, that was really big. Defensively, we saw Jeffrey Simmons just continue to do big Jeff things. It's so fun to watch how he is so consistently disruptive in a ball game, and he is just able to manhandle feels aggressive, but manhandle some people and just really make those big plays in those big moments. So watching that entire side of the ball continue to be successful, but to watch Big Jeff do Big Jeff things is always so much fun. And then on special teams, it had been a goal for this Titans team to make some big plays and really change the way that the momentum is shifting with special teams play, and they were able to do that with a blocked punt, which they haven't been able to do since 2012. So it had been a point of emphasis, one of those circled on the whiteboard moments for that special teams unit heading into this week. And so the fact that they were able to find the opportunity, make a play like that, and really bring it back and celebrate something that's kind of historic. 2012, it turns out, was a long time ago. And make a play that had that much of an impact in the game and then ultimately win the ball game. It felt like a really good moment for a really young team to see that, hey, if we can all do our jobs and do them to a high level, this can really work and we can really accomplish our ultimate goal, which is getting those wins.
Yeah, it's all about that complimentary football, right? Now, I want to hear more about Cam Ward's rookie season. I'm a former Cane, so I was following Miami football for quite a while. I saw his comeback win against the Cal Bears here in the Bay Area just, a few months ago, it almost feels like. Tell me about some of your takeaways from his rookie season and what he did well against the Browns.
Well, so this because you've been watching Cam Ward for a while. His overall mentality is bananas in the best possible way. He is calm, cool, collected. Now he'll give it to you. He's not afraid to talk. He's not afraid to take leadership. He is not afraid to step up in the moments that matter, but he's never shaken. Cam Ward has never looked like a rookie in his overall demeanor out on the football field. Our color analyst, Dave McGinnis, who is an NFL football coach for, he'll tell you, 35 years. He says that he's never looked like a dog in traffic, which I guess means he looks like he knows what's going on. And that's really been something that's fun to watch, is watch a guy who came in looking the part and then to watch him really grow into it as his knowledge of the game at this level really continues. Obviously, the season has not gone the way that he has wanted it to go. And we've seen him have to work through some of those rookie things, understanding the playbook, understanding what's expected of him on offense, adjusting play callers. That's something that shifted in the middle of this season. Head coaches shifted in the middle of this season. So he's had to overcome some things in his rookie year, and he's really had to adapt and change and get to a high level very quickly. But on the other hand, we've always seen him rise to the challenge. So seeing him have a good game. It wasn't his best game statistically, but it was a game where he was able to manage the highs and the lows, the ebbs and the flows of the game. And he was able to come out ultimately with a win. He wasn't pleased with his performance because that's his style as a person. He's always going to be self-critical first. He's always going to work to be better, to be more efficient, to be more effective at his job. But getting a win is also a big deal. And so to have him learn not only how to play the position, but how to be a winner in this league, that's a valuable part of his development too. So it's been fun to watch him as he continues to grow and change in this role and really become an NFL player. I'm really excited to see as we end this season how he continues to develop, and then the jump from year one to year two. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, while we're looking at the offense, you mentioned his name earlier in the pod, but Tony Pollard, he went off for a career high, season high game in Cleveland. What makes him dangerous as a playmaker?
Tony Pollard is relentless. He will run and run and run until his legs just fall off. And that's what you want in a running back. But he is also a guy who is tough. He can hit the hole like it just the right way where he's going to get yards. The guy just kind of falls forward, which is what makes him so special. It's what stood out about him when he was in Dallas. And that's what's standing out with him here with the Titans. We talk a little bit about him having that career high game, and it doesn't seem like a super high number, the amount of yards that he ran, or the fact that a 65-yard touchdown run was his longest touchdown run of his career. But if you think about it, when he was in Dallas, he was kind of that 1-2 punch with Ezekiel Elliott. So there were a lot of reps that he just wasn't getting. Now he's here. He's the guy along with Tajay Spears, and those guys are really able to do some different things. The offensive line is really doing him a lot of favors as of late. They're doing a great job blocking for him and helping him get in the positions that he needs to. But the man just has a motor that can't be stopped, and he's going to go as long as he possibly can. And those 1 or 2 extra yards a lot of times make all the difference.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, tell me more about Tennessee's defense. We saw Jeffrey Simmons all over the field last Sunday, but what are some of the biggest things you're looking for in the Titans defense, especially in this matchup against the Niners?
Gosh, I'm so excited. We got to talk about Jeffrey Simmons a little bit more. He's having just a career year. He's doing such a great job when it comes to being a leader within that group. There's a lot of young guys on this Titans defense right now, especially in the linebackers room and in the secondary. Just a lot of youth. And so him being able to be out on the field, help lead those guys and really get them going in the right direction, and also keeping them on track when things might not be going that way. Having the guy who can be a little bit of a hype man, who can also lead the charge when things get a little dicey and he's like right in the mix. That leadership has been incredibly valuable to this team. Now on the field, you've got to be able to walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk. And Jeffrey Simmons definitely does that. He has made his presence felt every time he's on the field. He's about to hit his record number of sacks for this year, which I believe is 8.5. He's about to hit that mark, and he missed a couple games earlier this season with an injury. So he's having even more success than he's had in previous years. And then there's also the 1-2, 1-2-3 punch of him and Sebastian Joseph Day, who's having a great season, T'Vondre Sweat, who's having a great season. All of those guys being on that front line, being able to just really make their presence felt. And they're giving offensive lines a really tough time because they are so athletic and so strong. And so being able to get that part of our defense really fired up and really secure has been just a strong suit of the Titans all season long. We also have Cody Barton, who every week, I think I end up with some sort of a Cody Barton appreciation nugget because he's just such a fun guy to watch play. He genuinely loves this game. He loves what he's doing, and watching him go out and make plays week after week after week has been so much fun for this team. He's another guy that instantly walked in and became a leader, and has really been leading this team. And a group of young linebackers, guys like Cedric Gray, who is just in his second year, or Femi Oladejo, who is injured right now, but is still in the room and is actively working with this team as he goes through recovery. Cody Barton's been leading that group of young guys, and it's been fun to watch him kind of grow as a leader, but then go out on Sundays and just wreck people.
All right, Amie, well, for the Titans to keep things close against San Francisco this weekend, what has to go right for them this Sunday?
I think they have to continue to play complementary football. They've got to get that run game established early. They scored against the Cleveland Browns on the very first drive of the game for the first time all season. Well, scored a touchdown, I should say. So that was something that really provided the momentum that this offense needed to continue through the game and continue to be effective. But all three phases of the game have to show up. We need to see those big stops by the defense. We can't let the 49ers have those explosive plays that they are known for, and we can't let the Titans offense kind of get stale or get stopped somewhere in the middle of the field, which has happened in the past. So those are the big things. Any sort of special teams moment that we can have, whether it's in a big return from Chimere Dike or it's another punt blocked or kick that's blocked or something, some sort of momentum changer in that special teams effort will also go a long way. So if all three phases can kind of show up and show out, it could be a really fun game in San Francisco.
Definitely a lot to look out for this Sunday in Levi's Stadium. Amie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Faithful, that'll do it for today on The Saloon presented by Cisco. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, SiriusXM, and your favorite podcast platform. We'll catch you next time, and go Niners.